cars and he's a mechanical genius.
Classics are my thing. I can't stand to see design icons that are unloved and going to waste. And there's nothing I can't craft into something amazing.
That's it. Cars are to be driven. Yeah.
And when there's a profit in it, that is even better.
This is ultimate wheels. We are going to change this Grandma Saab into a cool fighter jet Saab.
Oh, what a horrible mess, look at that.
This is the first ever XJ220 customized in the world.
This car's been abandoned in the desert for 9 years.
Building the Saab. This is a historical car and something that really means something to me. Whoa. Hey, ELO.
Hey, Will.
Hey, I found a car for us.
Really?
Yeah, an absolute corker.
What kind of car is it?
This car, to me, tons of history, loads of nostalgia. It's a car that we used to go on family holidays in when I was a small child. Really cool looking car.
Don't tell me it's an estate.
No, it's not. This one's cool.
What
This
is it?
one's the coupe version.
Stop messing around and tell me what it is.
So this car was born out of the aviation industry, okay? It is, check it out, it is a Saab 96 coupe. Saab 96 was introduced in 1960 and brought Saab international recognition with its modest two-stroke engine and distinctive, elegant design. It stayed in production for 20 years. These cars in their day...
I think it is one of the most iconic-looking cars, apart from the Beetle.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they actually have an aviation history, so
Yeah.
we can get inspiration from aircraft.
When everybody else had gone boring and square, Saab was still producing cars that looked like they'd been designed in a wind tunnel. It's the aviation side of it, you know. They had some really good ideas.
But is this car affordable, Will? Because if it is not...
No, this one's 500 quid, look. Now, I don't know what it's like. I mean, cheap is not always cheap when you get the spanners out, is it?
No, especially if you're going to spend 25 years fixing it.
I know exactly where you're going with this. I do have a bit of history with these cars. I know where to look for problems.
But more importantly, you better come back here with a deal. A good deal this time. Otherwise, you'll be in the doghouse.
I don't like it in the doghouse, ELO. I'm going to go and get a good car.
Fantastic.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Fantastic.
When I was a child, my father had a Saab 96 estate, and I thought it was the business. You know, I just thought it was ace. And it's really, really stuck with me. They were good-looking cars. The aeronautical history of these cars is that after the Second World War, one of the plane designers got into designing cars. And of course, the influence from the aero industry rubbed off straight into his automotive industry design. And it gave a really great look. Like with most cars that you find that are being advertised relatively cheaply, it's the car plus the tea chest full of parts. We know that he's taken it all to bits. Now that doesn't save us any work, that makes us work. Because that tea chest full of bits could easily be an incomplete pile of bits. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he's looked after all of the bits and they're all there. Let's see how it goes. I'm quite easily swayed by a sob story. It's one of my biggest weaknesses. That's got to be it there. Hello there, you Mike.
I am.
How are you? How's it going?
Fine. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. I like your toolbox.
Well, when you can't walk about very far, that's what you need.
The guy's lovely, and you know when you just have this sort of, kind of sense of understanding. Wow, how long have you had this then, Mike?
I'm 25.
Yeah, so a very long time.
I ran it for about 7 years on the road,
Yes.
and then it needed welding, so I took it off the road, and it never got done.
There she is. Oh, this is bringing back old memories. Taking the cover off this car was revealing its glorious lines, its good looks. And I could instantly see what the problems were going to be with this car. Oh, I see. Right, oh, okay. Yeah, my biggest fear is rust.
Well, if you're going to take on a restoration...
Yeah, it's always going to be the rust you're fighting,
right,
isn't
yeah.
it? Now, I remember with these old bonnets, it's you do that, and then that. I'll tell you, it's got to be 30 years since I looked under the bonnet of one of these. 30 years plus. It's been in bits for a few years. Yeah, so what year is this car, Mike?
It's 1972, Will.
Exactly the same as me.
Is that right?
It's a good year.
Vintage year.
It's a good year, yes. Having a car stood under canvas, outdoors, you feel like you're doing the right thing, but 17 years of damp sitting in and against that car, poor little thing was really starting to suffer. You're obviously a very practical chap that really enjoys your motor cars and motor history.
It's a disease. It's been recognised. I don't think it's on the medical statute book yet, but it's called old caritis.
Yeah.
And it's terminal. Even not being able to work on them, as you see, I still try.
You know, cars like this, people keep them for all sorts of reasons, and your reason is...
I can't throw it away.
There you go. A perfectly valid reason.
But if you guys want to take it on as a project, I think that's wonderful.
I've made my decision. I know what I've got to say to him. You know, my thought is that it's just, unfortunately, too much. Just slightly too much.
It's a well too far, is it?
Yes, exactly. It's a well too far. He took the news very, very well. I hated saying it, and when I left, I felt absolutely gutted. That car is worth doing. It's just not the one for us.
Today we've received Sheikh Hamad Al Thani's XJ220. He was given that by his dad. He doesn't like it. It's uncool, as he says. It's a 90s supercar. So this car's been abandoned in the desert for 9 years. So I'm kind of like itchy to know exactly what it looked like. Yo, so finally, look at this. The XJ220 is here. Look, that's fresh. Qatari number plate. My client has flown this car across from Qatar to the UK for us to do a magic on it. Let me look at this car. What is it? My God, look at all
the
this.
dust.
This is the abandoned car. You would have thought this car has been in a sandstorm or something. How could you take £250,000 and you put it in the dust? The client is still two minds. He wants to keep some certain lines of it. He wants people to realize it's a Jaguar XJ220. Putting anything on this iconic vehicle, it's kind of sacrilege in the eyes of the purist. But we don't do pure. We do custom. Oh my God, look at this. I think this has to be documented as probably the most unloved supercar in the whole wide world. Sand everywhere. Sand inside the engine, inside every single component. You have to strip this to pieces and rebuild this. Oh my Lord, it's all moldy. Probably I need to desanitize myself after working on this. So Rahim, I need you to strip this car, take it to bare metal, take the wheels off. I need you to take every single part that you think might have had sand in it. So I need you to give me a report, a detailed report on what needs doing. I'm going to get a SAAB, and I'm gonna get Will to go buy it for me. But this time, it will not be a rusty SAAB.
I'm still on the lookout for a SAAB. ELO's found one. Well, that looks nice. I wonder if that's his as well. Hold on, that's the one I'm looking for. I'd like to go and have a look around it with the owner, but the owner doesn't want to be on telly. Well, that's kind of fair enough, really. It's had a smash in the front, hasn't it? Looks a little bit bent. Oh, there's a bit rotten there as well. That. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? Look at that. I'll tell you though. It's not too bad. Door shuts nicely. It's quite straight. Within reason. Oh, that's not locked. Tell you what, it's not too bad really, this car, from what I've seen so far. It's, oh, there's a bit of grot down this side, a bit along here. About the same as the other side, quite dented. Need some bits doing there. That is an old lorry battery resting on the exhaust manifold lip. Now, apparently this one's a runner, so I wouldn't mind seeing what it sounds like, because if this engine's all right, that's part of the battle. There you go, that's another one of the problems. The external door handle seems to be malfunctioning. Lights. Listen to that. Oh, that is not bad. Now, this is a nice car, and I'm interested in buying it, but I think there's a fair chance that he also owns that red one as well. Because this car's not bad, really. This car's not bad at all. In many ways, the body shell on this one, at first glances, appears to be better than the body shell on the black one. It's not as rusty, and it's nowhere near as dented. Oh, right, OK. So, yeah, it doesn't actually have an engine, this one, which is not a problem at all, because that one has got an engine in it. And I reckon if this is his car, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed on, and if he's up for parting with this one and the black one, we could be onto a real winner here. Good body shell, good engine in that one. We've got a choice of 2 gearboxes to choose from. I think I'm coming up with a plan for this. What are you gonna do?
We should make this one a little bit edgy, a little bit cool.
Yeah.
I'm taking you guys water skiing. And you're off.
Brilliant! Oh, check it out. So, he does own this one. He is happy to see it go, and he's going to let me take the pair of them, which is just ace, because we can mix all of the bits together and come up with one good one. Basically, the deal of the century. I've managed to get both of these Saabs, the black one and this one, for £760, which is a bit of a deal, isn't it?
Guys. Today's my birthday, so I've got a little surprise for you all. Because it's my birthday and it's 3 p.m., we're gonna stop what we're doing. I'm taking you guys water skiing. Water skiing? You guys can water ski? Good. We work hard, we play hard. And this would be great to just stop for a second and recharge your batteries. Get ready, let's go.
ELO! Got to.
fast, eh? Look at that, you can even jump. Oh. I'm not going to try that.
So you make sure you don't pull that hand lift. Don't lean back. And don't straighten your legs.
And if you fall, what happens?
Before you swim into the shore thing, that's...
Yeah, but then what happens? Oh, look at them, they're already going.
That's what we should have done.
That's what we should have gone. We should have gone in the kindergarten section. You go first.
No, you go first. There's no way. Have you been before?
I've been a long time ago, when I was young. Now that I'm old, look at that expert, look. I told him not to make us look bad.
So,
Yes, well,
you're going to hold this handle into your hip, bend your front knee up a little bit, put a bit of weight on your back leg. You're going to look up at the carrier and follow it round, okay? We'll let you know when you're going, don't worry.
I think you're all naturals.
No, I asked him to go first, so I see how hard it is.
Yeah, and follow it round. But first thing
Now, which way is front and which way is back? Is that front or is the other way?
and then you'll be off.
3, 2, 1, off. Oh, there's a winner. That was a winner. Easy, chop. There's a proper winner. Oh, brother, you gotta beat him. You gotta beat him. Another one bite the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
I want to see him get out with all his hair wet.
Okay.
Tell me when I'm going.
Okay. You will. This guy's going to come around, and then we'll be on the next one.
So what do I do? I go.
Yeah. Keep it into that hip to begin with. Keep that board up. Okay, you're going on the next one. Keep that handle in. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and you're off.
Another one bite the dust.
You ready? Keep that handle in here. 3, 2, 1, off. Oh!
This one, come on, could be the chair, could be doing it. That's all. Yeah.
I'm so this. Will calls me, ELO, I've got a SAAB. I'm excited because I want to build a SAAB. Hey!
Hello, ELO.
A little bit of Swedes, yeah. But why do we have two? So I come downstairs, only to see he doesn't have one, but he has two.
What we have here is we have the red one. Pretty good on the bodywork. Little bit crunchy underneath. It's got some rust there. But all in all, it's got a whole pile of bits inside of it. And it's not too bad. It's quite straight. And I know this is going to sound a bit weird, ELO, but I think we should be using the red one as our car that we build. And this one is the donor car. Now, the reason that sounds weird is because the black one is the runner.
The best part about it, the car he got given for free, it's actually the better car.
That is a complete running car. Ready to drive. Do you want to see what it sounds like?
Yep.
There you go. Go and
Try
spin.
this baby, see
Come
whether she
forward.
starts up.
See how the old girl surges with power?
Amazing. She started first time. Purred like a baby. Absolutely purred.
Now, this car does have loads of useful bits. We need the front wings off it, we need the driver's door off it.
We need the engine off it, looking at it. Don't look like that car has got an engine.
We've got a perfect project car here. Where are you going to put your magic into these cars? What are you going to do?
Swedish cars have been known in the last few years for being very boring,
Yeah.
very safe, it's got triple safe doors,
Yeah,
triple
side
safe
impact
ceilings, side
everything.
impact everything.
Yeah.
We should make this one a little bit edgy, a little bit cool,
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
funky. We should put the oomph in the Swedes.
Well, I can't wait to see what's on the drawing board.
I'm gonna have to think about that one. I just received a Jaguar XJ220. Where from? From my sheikh who lives in Qatar. He flew this car over. So thanks for coming in because your car is already here. We've started the work. We know you want it as soon as possible, so you can see it. It's in a bit of a sorry state. The bonnet is off, but oh my God, there is like a mountain of sand in this place. No one under the right state of mind would want to touch a job like this.
It's been sitting in the desert.
It's been sitting in the desert. This is not supposed to be a rally car. It's not a Toyota Land Cruiser all-terrain. It is a supercar. It's not meant to have all of this.
Only fit for tarmac.
Only fit for tarmac.
Yeah, we're not in the 90s anymore. So basically what I want it to be is I want it to look more like today's car because we're not in the 90s anymore.
And you want me to bring that whole pizzazz of the new car into the old car, but keeping the original classic lines.
Exactly.
So your dad should look at it, feel good about it, that you can drive it, and you look like it's yours.
Exactly.
Not like your dad's.
Exactly.
I get the brief. Do you have a budget in mind for this? I mean, is there an amount that you want to spend on this?
This car is special for me, so I don't have a budget. I just want it to be done at whatever cost.
ELO's drawing all the pictures on the board and coming up with the ideas for the things that he wants to do with our little Saab.
96 4V.
This is a historical car and something that really means something to me. Its aero engineering history is a grand part of the whole thing. What more could you possibly do to what is already a great car?
Let me take you to my
I
board.
want to see what this is because I've heard you muttering away over here quite quietly.
Well, you know what the honest truth is? I was trying to figure out what the word Saab is synonymous with.
Yes.
Where does Saab originate from?
Well, it was the aeronautics industry, wasn't it?
There you go, look at that.
Yeah.
Airplanes.
Yes.
We are going to change this Grandma Saab into a cool fighter jet Saab about to go and conquer the world.
So, I've spotted in your picture air intakes. Bits going on here, another big scoop here as well. Rivets,
I want to
airfighter
make this
style.
little beauty grandma car a little bit more meaty. So my plan is to keep the shape by pushing the panel out here.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
Look at this. This is such a natural line.
Yeah.
Absolute natural line here. And this panel pushed out 5 inches.
Yeah. And he's going to flare the arches right out, so it looks like great big air intakes that you'd see on a fighter pilot's jet plane.
This panel, 5 inches out.
Yeah.
So you'll have the same vibe front to back. So you have that panel there, but this time we will not push the front, so we'll just push the back out and keep the front so it tapers back in.
So the wheel arches are going to be widened, the wheels are going to be widened, the exhaust is going to be wide and oblong. It's going to look as if it's about to take off. But I think it is also important we lose the 2 rear seats in the back.
And put what in there instead?
If we're building a fighter jet inspired vehicle, we have the ultimate thing fighter jets have. We cannot put ejector seats because we don't have a convertible and we don't have a canopy that opens, but we're going to put a parachute.
Brilliant. It'll be a hell of a shock for somebody following it down the motorway and the parachute suddenly pops out the back, wouldn't it?
The back would open and the parachute would shoot out of here and it would just be like in Santa Pod, a massive parachute holding you back, even though we're going at 10 miles an hour.
Exactly.
I checked it out. There is no law that says you can't have a parachute. There's only a law that says you have to have your vehicle that brakes.
It's actually, the parachute is a double function. It's brakes just in case.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think it is just that gimmick of people looking and goes, why would you have a parachute in the back of this car? And they will be asking the question, what have you got under the bonnet? And it will disappoint them by telling them it's a standard.
It's a V4.
It's a V4.
Nothing done to it.
I think you could put the engine in. If that's the engine we're going to go in there, since the engine is staying the same,
I think
you can get that cracking, get it in and running.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to make 2 out of 1, Will.
Exactly. When you're changing one engine for another, and they are from the same car, same model, same type of engine, same layout, pretty much the same sort of age, often pretty straightforward. Just doing the bit now, we're just passing the two bits. like that. This is the cover plates, and this is where the thrust bearing pushes to release the clutch. And these three clips here, see this one, and this one, well, this one should be around here, but as you can see, it's fallen off at some point. And I know that in the back of this car, there is another dead engine. So I'm going to go and see what the clutch looks like, see if I can nick it with this one. Oh, what a horrible mess, look at that. But, brilliant. Right, it has a clutch on it. It also has a flywheel, which is good because this clutch is different to the one that's on the other engine. Which is a pity, it means I can't just nick the clip off it and it's all sorted. I'm probably going to have to change the entire clutch assembly and the flywheel as well. This clutch has obviously been on here for many years, rotting in the back of this boot. But look at it. There we go. So that's the clutch plate, and that is in very good condition. Stage 2 is having a look at this one, see if it's the same as the other. I know there are differences because it's the bolting configuration is different. I think I can go ahead and put this one straight on. So I'm going to okay. 6. That's all done. It's ready to go in. It's always quite exciting, isn't it? This is a winning situation, this one. The engine seems to be pulling up nicely. Give it a wobble, just make sure it's nicely bedded. Right, that is in. So that is now ready to be taken round to the boys at TKO.
We're going to unveil the plans of the XJ220. Hopefully, he's going to like it.
Building the SAAB, we're giving it a lot of aeronautical tidbits here and there.
One reaction only. Wow. On the SAAB, I need to build this like a fighter jet. I need to swell up its arches. And for me to do that, the simplest way for me to achieve that is not to replicate this perfectly beautiful curve, but simply cheat it very ingeniously by taking the wing off the parts car. And I'm going to get Martin to weld this wing on there just like that. This will make the car more aggressive. That's the easiest and the best way to achieve that look.
Not only do we keep the good looks of the SAAB, we also achieve that aeronautical look that we're after. You know, the one where you've got great big scoops on the side of the jet fighter plane. With the wings done, it's time to move the car into ELO's supercar workshop.
Mimi. Mimi.
Eric and Alex have really got it sorted on this one, because we don't want the polished up job, of course not. We want the military look, we want it to look beaten up, we want it to look like it's been through the mill. ELO's been very careful about the choice of colour, Spitfire green, perfect.
Let's go.
Kind of like this whole rugged look. It actually looks as if it was built for a purpose rather than being built for a showroom. Just look at those. Now that they've been painted and the original center cap still on there, that looks the biz. I'm loving this build. And this paint is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Today, we're actually showing our renderings to Sheikh Hamad Al-Thani, who's the owner of the XJ220 we're working on at the moment. And we also brought a bunch of us friends who own supercars down so that they could give their opinion of what they think of these renderings and what they think of this very unique vehicle. So we're gonna end it up with a nice cruise down in town, and that's where supercars come alive. The reaction is one, and one reaction only. Wow. Guys, thank you for coming and thanks for bringing your supercars around. We're gonna go into the supercar workshop and unveil the plans of the XJ220, and hopefully he's gonna like it and you guys are gonna like it. We need an honest, and I mean an absolutely honest opinion of what you guys think of these drawings. So please follow me into the supercar workshop. Thank you. This is where the magic happens. Our good friend here has brought this car over from Qatar, from Doha, for us to actually design it and customize it into something special, unique, but in today's world. What do you think?
It's perfect. It's exactly how I wanted it. Everything. Perfect.
And the grill,
Yeah, and
the mesh grill. I mean, look at that. That's so dated. That is so 1990s. And look, it's not even straight anymore. It gets, the heat has kind of warped it all up. So, Ollie, what do you think?
Love it. I think the colour's fantastic. With all the carbon fibre splitters and things going on it, and the wheels, it will look absolutely stunning.
What has captivated you?
For me, it's the whole of it, if that makes sense. The carbon fibre, the ultra-modern colour, the going with the new LED lighting. It just brings a classic supercar into the 21st century, definitely so.
That's exactly what we're trying to bring. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, Ollie.
If Jaguar wanted to build a supercar nowadays, they couldn't match that. That is beautiful. It's got all the traits of a Jaguar, but with the racing lines on it now, it is a dream car. Yeah.
Let's go drive some supercars.
The SAAB build could be considered a no-frills job. We're transplanting the engine, we're widening the arches, we're giving it a lot of aeronautical sort of little tidbits here and there. And of course, the green paint. I've been looking at the parachute deployment mechanism for the SAAB. And to be honest, I've got my reservations. So I've got my friend Todd, who is an expert in this sort of field, to come and have a look at it to see if ELO's theory for how the parachute is to be deployed from the back of the car will work.
It looks okay. I mean, the pressure tank itself obviously was originally of a compressor or something. My personal problem with this is that they have welded a fitting onto the end. As soon as you do that, you risk bursting the tank if you pressurize it. So I've got an idea how we can solve this. We'll just use a different cylinder, but use the same deployment barrel for the chute.
Because of the pressure vessel issue, we're using another one. And we're launching the parachute from it. So we're going to give it a test.
So we'll pressurise this up, and then, yeah, we just open the valve as normal.
We can give it a go, and we can use this mechanism to launch this parachute, which is carefully stowed away in the end of there.
It's a bit of a joke, isn't it, for a little SAAB?
Well, it doesn't take much to blow a bag of silk along, does it? And we've got all of this power stored up in here, which is, has the capability of being an awful lot. So, right, there we go.
Okay, 30.
Right, so we're ready for launch. So,
You got your hand on the handle.
This
so
one?
as soon as you ram that forward, the chute will come shooting out the end, hopefully.
and the quicker I open it, the better. So, on the count of 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was good.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. But that was 30 PSI.
Yeah.
I mean, that's brilliant, but almost too brilliant. Can we drop it down?
Well, we can, but I mean, I suppose what you want to do is to get it out the slipstream of the car.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want it getting stuck in that eddy current, do you?
Yeah, and you know what? It gets out there very quick, and I think that's better than just getting it out there slow, you know. There's no reason not to do that.
Yeah.
This Jaguar is about 250,000 pounds, you know, and then we're gonna paint this car. You have to be perfect, 100% perfect, you know.
Woo! Alex?
Yeah.
Come in. I'm loving this paint. What do you think?
You like? Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice.
This takes this car from the 90s straight to 2013. It becomes instantly cool.
I wonder what the customers at Brooklands are gonna think about our SAAB.
This whole reveal is getting really, really, really nerve-wracking. Ready for it?
3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much all for coming to the unveiling of the XJ220 TKO edition 1 of 1. I mean, this is the first ever XJ220 customized in the world. So this whole reveal is getting really, really, really nerve-wracking. It's probably the most nerve-wracking reveal I've ever done. My good friend, Hamad, came to me and said, ELO, my father has this XJ220. It's sat in Doha. It's doing nothing. Can we do something with it? With this particular car, it was pretty difficult, and I have to explain why. No one in the world to date has actually customized an XJ220. Ready for it? So please, come forward, take a look. It's just been revealed. I feel the weight off my shoulders. The car itself, the contrast between the red and the blue is just perfect. I mean, if you saw this car when it first rolled in here and you see it now, you probably think they're not two of the same cars. The people, the family members were all over the car, running around, looking at it, bringing this car from the dead and bringing it back to life today. It's amazing.
We're just about to take the car to Brooklands Museum, and ELO is currently working on the last bit of dressing. And ELO is doing the best thing I think his funny has. He's literally ramming the car into the fence to give it that sort of freshly battle-scarred look. Not exactly what I would have done, but well done, ELO. That's inspired thoughts and actions there. So the SAAB's all finished now, and we're ready to reveal. There's just one thing we've got to check beforehand. Does the parachute work? Ready?
Yep.
Ready? Go! Whoa! Well, that just goes to show, when you're on the motorway going in a straight line and there's nothing behind you, this will work. Now, I wonder what the customers at Brooklands are gonna think about our military-inspired SAAB 96.
Welcome everybody to our unveiling of a very, very special car, which Will bought one car and got given another one for free. Now, if someone gives you a car for free, you know exactly what he's giving you.
Me being a bit of a cheapskate, went out to get the best deal I could. So I ended up getting 2 of these cars, as ELO said, but both of them in quite a poor state of repair. It's had a smash in the front, doesn't it? That is an old lorry battery resting on the exhaust manifold, look. We needed the engine out of the black one to put in the red one. We also needed some other bits and pieces. And all of the customization parts that we used for this project came from the other cars. We've been working on them to turn them into something interesting, but hopefully a bit of a jaw dropper too.
It was inspired by this very own place where we are. And we're trying to figure out what this car has in common with such a place.
We are going to change this Grandma SAAB into a cool fighter jet SAAB.
We've transferred the engine, we've taken the wings off the black one and we've grafted those onto the red one to make it look wider. And we've gone through a whole multitude of other aeronautical style additions to the body. And not to mention the great choice of colour, Spitfire green. These cars were originally built and designed by aircraft manufacturers, so we used a little bit of that in it all. But we added an extra little twist. We thought, let's take it to the limit, let's make it look a little bit more military.
Well, without further ado, we would like to introduce you to our new car, so please look at it with artistic eyes.
Right, well, let's do it.
Get this out of the way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You've all gone very quiet. They are agog.
Well, the way we looked at this is that this is a fighter jet that has been around.
Come and have a look, everybody. Come closer. They were expecting something shiny, I should think.
I think it's a trip back to the 70s. It's marvellous. Makes
I'm
me
glad
feel
you
young
like it.
again.
Yes, I'm glad you like it. Yes. It is meant to be.
I think it's wonderful. It's really great.
Well, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this the sort of car you would use on a daily basis?
No, but I'd love to have a drive.
Good.
Its colour, it looks a bit drab. Why is it not red?
It was red.
You see that?
There you go.
A Spitfire SAAB with a functioning parachute might not be everybody's cup of tea, but we spent 650 quid buying it and about the same doing it up. It might well be another one for ELO's museum.